Hey, what up, Deckheads? This is Deckhead Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joshua Smith.
And I'm your other co-host, Ty Warren. So this is going to be a pretty chill episode for two reasons. You might notice us posting days later than usual. We unfortunately have lives outside of gooning to magic. Um,
Sadly.
yeah, unfortunate. But we are going to be talking about the allied color pairs in Magic today. So allied color pairs, if you don't know what that is, it's basically the five colors of Magic. There's 10 combinations of two color pairs. And they're usually associated by either allied or enemy color pairs. And all that means is basically, if you look at a magic color wheel, the allied color pairs are going to be the colors that are sitting next to each other, and the enemy color pairs are going to be the colors across from each other. And we might talk about it some, but there's some philosophies and stuff of why they're allied and enemy pairs. For instance, like so blue and white, that's an ally color pair. Uh, they're both considered to be very methodical colors, so that's kind of a reason they're allies. But anyways, yeah, I'll go ahead and walk us through which color pairs we're talking about in the ally color pair episode. So we're talking about white blue, blue black, black red, red green, and green white. So I'll let you know that. Oh yeah, second of all, this whole episode is going to be about ally color pairs, and then we'll have a part two about the enemy color pairs. Um, Josh, I guess you can go ahead. What ally color pair do you want to talk about first?
I want to talk about black, blue. Maybe the gayest, but certainly my favorite.
I love black
Um,
blue.
yes, my favorite color is black. Pause. My favorite color is black. My second favorite color is blue. If I have a deck and it doesn't have blue in it, I'm sad. I feel naked almost. I feel exposed. I feel like people can do things to me and I can't do anything about it. And so I love having blue, and I just like the raw power of black. And I think that blue really makes up for the shortcomings in black, like really makes up for it. Cause I mean, black is powerful, but like don't try to have any interaction outside of the game or not outside. Well, outside the game, outside of the board, outside of the direct battlefield, because it's not going to happen. Um, it kind of struggles with a lot of those like um, before like outside uninteractionable interactions, and blue picks that up perfectly, obviously, counter spells, stuff like that. I love it. I love the card draw. You're drawing as many cards as you want. I mean, like, you want cards? This is it. Boom. Every card you could ever ask for. It's awesome. I love it. It's powerful. I think you can do a lot with it. You can lean either way too. You don't have to like it's not like a weaker color combo where it's like, well, I have to lean into this color because it's got a stronger win condition. More so you can play it however you want. You can play more blue and go for your more traditional blue win conditions with your, comboing off and extra turns and stuff like that. Or you can go with your black aristocraty, grindy, also combo-y and I like that.
Yeah, the black blue decks. I typically see them as kind of like combo, and
Yeah.
they seem to always have a lot of tempo and value built into them. And I mean that's because, like you said, blue's full of interaction, and black has so much, creature removal or getting value out of, sacrificing or resource or not resources, but like sacrificing or life loss. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of tempo built into this color combo that I really like. Black blue black. It's really fun.
Yeah. The only thing it really doesn't do well is like it's kind of bad at ramping, but now there's so much, colorless artifacts, artifact ramp
Yeah,
that it's really
black
not so bad.
black has gotten a
Well,
lot of ramp. Um,
It's true.
Uh, Not necessarily in the ramp that you typically think of, like green would do, but there's there's been a
Each
upcoming of black cards that let you tap for additional swamp or
Cabal
sacrifice for
coffers.
mana. Yeah, exactly, like Cabal coffers. Uh,
What's the one that makes every land type also a swamp?
uh,
Um,
Herborg,
yeah,
yeah, Herborg, something like that.
yeah, some that's close, yeah,
The
and you just
legendary
like
land, yeah,
yeah, and it makes everything also a swamp, and then you just have, I mean, so much mana. It's not even funny, because I mean, you're playing black, and there's no guarantee that anyone else at the table is playing black, and even if they are, they're probably with the rise of like at least three color commanders. I mean, you're not seeing a whole lot of monocolored decks anymore, or really even dual color. You're seeing a lot more three color, four color, five color, and they probably have black in their deck, but they don't. They're not going to be able to play their cards still because their cards have other colors, and the chances of you going against someone who's playing mono black or, um, you know, black and insert their colors fairly slim because they're going to have more colors most of the time.
yeah. Um, yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's an advantage of monocolor decks or two color decks is the mana pips in a card. You can rely on that if your mana base is better, and
Yeah.
so that I think that's kind of why. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to talk about the two color pairs was because everybody knows about them, but no
Yeah.
one really. Uh, I guess there's really not a lot of info about these like necessarily other than like the philosophies, but as a commander player, you're wanting to know how to what color you want to play.
Yeah. Because that too, it's like, I think commander players, we like to play. We like to do everything. We don't like downsides. Obviously, we want to win to an extent. Like, we really want to see our deck do what it wants to do, and we kind of want that little bit of everything. And I think it's interesting now, being like a recent Magic player. Like, going back and listening to old Command Zone podcast episodes, and just listening like Josh Lee Kwai, like basically begging for a five color commander. And now it's like, I'm kind of tired of tired of all these colors. I'm like, let's go back to simple.
Yeah,
It's like everyone's getting the best of everything. There's no downside anymore necessarily. I mean, some people will, but like if they're playing a monocolor deck, they're playing the best monocolor commander
yeah,
for that deck.
yeah,
They're playing Krenko Mob Boss, and it's not as fun.
yeah. No one has a good time. Yeah, but
Yeah.
before we move on to another color, one thing that uh, we really wanted to highlight, and we'll talk about now, is what what does each color, or sorry, how do I word this? If you were a player, what would you? Oh my gosh, am I going crazy? We were
Yes.
literally just talking about this before the episode. Okay, so what is this color combo? What's the typical strategy or game plan with this color combo? If you're a player looking to find a color pair to play, what is this one doing? And maybe you should look into this. So let's talk about
Yeah.
the the common way, the overarching way of how this color pair plays. So we kind of mentioned before, but if you really want, a bit of control and a lot of tempo and a lot of value, I think this is the deck
Yeah.
or this color pair
100%.
because it doesn't really lean into like a bunch of creatures or all aristocrat pieces or burning your opponent. It's more of you're getting value out of your cards. You're using your stuff efficiently. Um, and of course, this is all just kind of an umbrella. Every blue black commander or blue black deck might not do this necessarily, but
Yeah.
for the most part, this is what they do. So if you want to, pop off with a bunch of combos on a turn, have a bunch of removal, then I think blue black would be the color pair for you.
I don't think it'll make you very popular though. I will say, I think really whenever you're playing a color pair like this, you kind of have to squeeze every bit of value out of everything that you possibly can. Includes like you kind of just have to build a strong deck, otherwise, it's like either feast or famine. Like either a blue black deck and it's terrible and you hate it and there's no playing it, or it's really good and at times can be oppressive whenever it's really doing what it's trying to do. And
Yeah,
so that's kind of one thing to be wary of just like it's a control deck at the end of the day. And you're trying to squeeze every bit of value you can out of everything. You want to do everything on curve when it's supposed to happen and kind of out um what's the word? Out value your opponents
yeah,
through the
I
course of the game.
exactly. These decks can snowball, which is good, but obviously there's a sense of you know an overarching fear of it backfiring whenever people start to see that it's
Yeah.
snowballing, which is why it's good to make these decks tempo decks where everyone's on your page. Uh, like you said, it's they're scary, but that's why they're typically built in a certain control way. Because you said at the end of the day, it's control deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Blue black, also known as Demir.
Big booms.
What do you want to talk about next? What you got?
I'm gonna go for something that I don't like playing as much, and weirdly enough, it's gonna be white blue.
White blue.
Um, it's. I mean, I've said it before, and it's the truth. I like having some form of control in a game. Whether that's through politics, through my board state, or through having blue in my deck. But white blue, it's kind of boring to me.
Yeah.
It's just like
Now,
I have
yeah,
all of the board wipes and all of the counter spells. Like, yeah,
yeah.
just feels weird. I don't like it.
I gained some respect for you just now for you saying you don't like it as much because everyone who does like it, I don't know what they like to do for fun. I guess seeing other people in pain. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, if
because
you play white blue, don't watch our no,
yeah,
just kidding. Yeah,
yeah. So
leave.
yeah, yeah. White blue, also known as Azorius. If you want a control deck, not control as we just talked about black and blue. I mean control as like a helicopter mom type of control. It it is the tempoist of tempo decks. It is the control of
Yeah.
control decks. Only play these types of decks if you know you like people to. What brings you happiness is other people's lack of it.
Yeah. Uh, keep this and keep white standard. Get out of here. Get out of our commander night. We don't want it.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I'm sure you can play it fun, and I'm sure there's people out there that have their favorite white blue deck that maybe doesn't do what every other white blue deck does, but it secretly just kind of does.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they seem to have a lack of finishers. It's almost
Yeah.
these decks sit back way too far in their chair, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they're sitting back, they're making everyone at the table on their page. They're making sure you don't do your thing or this person doesn't do that. And then and then you look at their board and you're like, oh, it's they use literally everything they have to just stop what other people are doing, and they're kind of left
Yeah.
with not much.
Or you die of five flying every turn.
Oh my gosh,
5/5 flyer.
yeah, that pisses me off. These two colors, these two colors are known for like their flyers, their evasiveness or whatever, and I'm like, bro, grow up. We
Yeah.
like we have three
Yeah.
other people at the table, and we have 40 life. You're telling me you're gonna try and kill us with 5 damage every turn?
Yeah. When I first started playing Magic, I got a deck. It was a precon. Most of my decks are precons, except for one. But it was the Ispira Supreme Judge precon, and I loved it when I first got it. And it's still not bad. I think it's not. I mean, it's a precon. It's not as good. So it doesn't do these things as bad. But I mean, if you don't know, it wants to be attacked. The game card draw through Ispira, and then it's every card in the deck, every creature card in the deck but one has flying, and then obviously it's got a lot of counter spells and absorb and I really liked it, but now it's just kind of boring. I find when I play it, it's just like, oh, I have a flyer and you don't, or I have more flyers than you can block, and you're just stopping people from doing stuff, and then you're sending a flyer at them, and it's just as I've played more, it's not my favorite way to play. And I mean, obviously, that's not like I'm not using that as my basis for why my sole basis for why. I mean, it's a precon. Obviously, it's not going to be very good, and I'm not going to enjoy it as much necessarily. Especially that one is kind of an underlevel precon. But I loved it at the time. But just as I played more Magic, I just kind of found myself in the sense, and like I was like, yeah, this isn't me. I
Yeah,
like,
the reason why I think you don't like that as much isn't it isn't because it's you know blue and white have a lot of flyers and you were using flyers. I mean, you even said flying was your one of your top five ways to play the game. Uh,
yeah,
but it's because those two colors just cannot find a way to win other than basically 5 damage a turn. Uh,
yeah.
so it's not that they're flying; it's just they're flying, but they're not doing much with the ability to fly.
Yeah, I like those big explosive, like everything has flying now,
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
making your stuff have flying or stuff like that. I don't, it's whenever it's just like, oh, my deck, it just has flying creatures in it. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's just boring. It's like, all right, snooze fest over here.
Yeah,
Get ready to take it in the butt for 5 minutes, 5 hours straight now.
yeah,
Because that's how
exactly.
long the game's going to take.
So now that we've expressed our opinions of blue white, uh, what type of deck would blue white be if a player were trying to look for a deck?
Annoying as hell one.
Yeah.
No. uh if if you like control, you really like the idea of like really being in control of the game, making sure that not even necessarily that you're squeezing like blue black, you're squeezing value with this. You're not really worried about value so much. You're just trying to make sure that your enemies can't hurt. You're kind of walking up and kind of looking for that avenue through flying of this is how I can hurt you, but you can't hurt me kind of deal, like fighting behind a shield. Um, I think this is for you. And obviously there's other ways to play that I'm sure are more fun and maybe, but I'm not sure where they're at. But if this is something that you do like, and don't take our word for it necessarily, and don't play it because we're saying we don't like it, but don't play it.
Yeah, I will say if you really are interested in the idea of a lot of control and a lot of tempo, then yeah, this color would be great. But I want you to know that everyone at the table is gonna sound exactly like we are right now. Whenever you're
Well,
having to do things that only makes enemies.
yeah. Well, that too. I think there's a difference. Are you the type of white blue player to put all of the really good board wipes in the deck, or are you taking them out? And I think you should probably with this leave them out.
Yeah,
You have enough interaction. You don't need what is it? Oh my gosh, only like the biggest, like most farewell.
yeah,
You don't
fair
need
enough.
farewell.
Yeah, no,
Just don't play farewell.
uh, exactly. I think it comes down to, the deck building and the player. Uh, these decks, these white blue decks, are going to trend towards these annoying as hell, cringe, cringe gameplay.
Place.
But I think it's good to highlight that if you're the type of player that, uh, wants to be all dilly dally and have fun at the table like a little wiener, then this isn't the deck to have fun. Uh,
Yeah.
you should, listen to the
At
rest
least.
of the podcast and figure out what else you want to play. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, not a lot of good things to say about this, but that's just because they're the necessary evil and we hate that. But
Yeah.
but I think we'll just leave it at that. I think we got our point
Yeah.
across. Uh, all
We're
right, what's
on
up?
white
What's
blue
up
now.
next?
I don't want to. I know I'm jumping here, but I like red green. There's just something about it, man. It's just, you know what? You know what I want to do today in this Magic game? I just want to let my nuts hang. I
Yeah.
just want to show everybody that my fucking
Yep.
balls are bigger
Yep.
than theirs. You know? Yeah. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Not my personal favorite place, being the most powerful card you've ever seen in your life, and I'm gonna play it for every bit of its fucking cost, and you're gonna take every bit of this damage also. Like, I don't know, it's so giga, I don't, and arguably, as far as Commander's concerned, well, when I say this, as far as Commander's concerned, when you start to play in higher higher skill lobbies, start to climb up the brackets, it less so. It becomes a lot more underwhelming. Every deck can handle big creatures. That's like the basic. What? Oh, I need interaction in my deck. First thing you put in there: destroy target creature, destroy target permanent.
Yeah.
And so it's underwhelming as you get, but when you're first starting out playing, man, is it good. It feels strong. You're ramping. You're getting mana out fast. You're playing giant creatures before everybody else. And it's it just feels good.
Yeah. These color pairs, yeah, like you said, just letting them hang, letting them swing, and
It's like the Magic the Gathering version of truck nuts.
it
like
is
the nuts you hang off your hitch. Like
exactly. And these last color pair we just talked about, it was all about using your brain and being hated, and now everyone looks at you and they think you're the dumbest guy at the table because all you have is big creatures, and that's about it. but
yeah.
but
And then you turn all your cards sideways.
it's so fun because it's just raw,
Aggression.
non-consensual damage coming your way. It's
Yes. Like literally, like I'm gonna make you take this. Like
it's it's yeah.
it's it's like you can block if you want. Like I don't care. Like, oh no, you blocked my 10/10 with your 1/1. Shut up. Like, it's like this is like if oh dude, what's that guy's name? If Togi was in Magic the Gathering, he'd be red green.
Yeah, it's these decks
You're
are very
if
creature
you're a Togi
heavy.
fan, play red green.
Yeah, these decks are very creature heavy. Not a lot of removal. Very aggressive. Just pressuring your opponent's life. Which I
Yeah.
mean, what feels better than having your foot on someone's neck? You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just steroids, white monsters, and cigarettes.
yeah, and you know what I
You
say
know?
to that? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. What? Yeah.
Wait.
No, that shit's fire.
All right. So, all right. Let's wrap up this based color pair. If I were a player looking for a color pair to pet, whoa, tongue twister. If I were a player,
Say that 5 times fast.
if I were a player looking for a color pair to play, what would red green
Oh
be
shit.
about?
Big ol' honking fellers.
Yeah,
Big guys, cool looking card arts, baller ass card names,
yeah.
creatures.
If you like seeing the number 40 go down to zero, then and this is the color pair. I'm serious, dead
In
ass.
large chunks.
Yep.
Deadass. It's just now granted it does kind of suffer from a lack of protection, and it kind of sucks because like every deck, every precon I built, every power deck has creature removal in it, and probably a fair amount of it. So it does kind of suck in that sense. Just some card, creature card, Hollow Primal Storm, and then they're like, I'm gonna Swords to Plowshare it or um, insert any other remove murder, whatever they do it,
Well,
bake it into a
Josh.
pie.
Well, Josh, that's super cringe though. And
That's true.
when you're having a blast turning cards sideways, then you won't be thinking about that because your
It doesn't
opponent will be
matter.
too dead to cast a spell.
Exactly. What are these guys doing playing Magic, sitting here thinking with their gay little blue dicks? I'm here to do combat damage, okay? Look, the issue isn't that I'm playing an underpowered color combo that only does one thing, okay? It's that people are playing blue and they put blue in their decks and that makes them inferior to me. That's your
Exactly.
mindset.
Exactly. It's hit face or go home.
Exactly. No, I respect it. I love it. Just speaks to my soul, really.
Oh, it's amazing. All right. What's up next? How many do we have? Two more? Yeah.
Two more. We got blue, red, and green, white.
All right.
I'm just gonna speak a little candidly here. Who the hell's playing green, white? All right. What? Find me these people. Where are they at doing this? Okay. Um,
Yeah,
like,
green is one of my favorite. It's my favorite color in Magic. And I
really?
used to be so attracted to the green white cards, but I've started to dislike them. I think they're kind of like they're very. This color is known for token potential. Uh, if
Yeah.
you want a token deck, usually green white is going to be your route. But
Yeah.
I don't know. They seem kind of boring to me. The value that comes with green white isn't the value that or isn't the way I like to play the game.
Yeah.
Because when I think green, I think big creatures, and when I think white, I think about, uh, yeah, I think about kind of a little bit of control and a little bit of you know passive buffs and anthems on my board. And
Yeah.
whenever you bring them together, it's kind of just granted, it could be, my deck building or I'm just not looking in the right places. But when I see green white come together, it's just a bunch of little guys. And
Yeah.
it's either a bunch of little guys or kind of pillow 40. And I don't know. It's kind of boring to
It's
me.
just yeah. It's just underwhelming. Like with the red, I mean, I think it suffers from the exact same issues as red green. But I think the difference is whenever you're getting out big creatures that fast, it makes a difference. You're able to punch up a little more. You're doing damage. You're doing big damage too, which I think is a lot more appealing. Versus in this, like you're you're ramping to get to small creatures. It's not as it's kind of underwhelming, and you still have the downside of people can do whatever they want to you, and you can't really stop them necessarily as far as board interaction goes. The only difference is like you can interact with their board a little more than just burn spells.
Yeah. I
You know?
I guess the best way to put it is these are creature decks, but
Yeah.
the way they go about being a creature deck is in a slow way, it seems like. And usually when you think creatures, you think damage, or you think, you
Yeah.
know, activated ability. I don't know. It just seems this is utilizing a part of being a creature deck in an inefficient way. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, because I think that too. It even like because like obviously like token generation can be very powerful, but even with token generation, get a bunch of tokens out, and then it's like, okay, what do I do now? I play Crater of Behemoth, or insert card that does same thing, and it's kind of it. Like I will say, like when I first started playing Magic and I saw Crater Hoof Behemoth, I was like, I want to win with that so bad. And now that I've played more Magic, I kind of realize like there's a lot cooler ways to win and play
Yeah,
than that.
play
And
doing this same little shtick of Crater Hoof every time you play the game is kind of lame. Uh,
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah, I
a
think
deck
it's
needs an objective to win, but it, I
yeah,
get what you're saying.
yeah. When you're just like, it's like, oh, here's this one card. Like decks obviously win in similar ways every time, but like at least it'll be with different cards, and it'll be a different lane or a different line to victory. Versus this, it's going to be the same thing every time. You've got two options: either you grind out the game by being able to block everyone's combat damage with your 1/1s, or and then at the end you swing with 10 1/1s. They only have 7 creatures out in there at 3
Yeah,
health.
yeah, or buffing up
Um,
your 1/1s to 5/5s or something.
or yeah, with trample and swing out and kill everybody. It suffers from the same issues as red green, but it just to me it's not nearly as fun to end up playing.
Yeah, I yeah, I think that's exactly it. Is it's a creature deck because it's not just because it has green in it, but it's a creature deck like red green, but it doesn't have the power and aggro that I feel like I want with a creature deck. Granted, this is all up to you know everyone's opinion or how they like to play the game, but how I like to play the game is more fun than them. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you're a Magic player and you're looking to play a deck, I would say green white is if you like token strategy, this is a really good color. If you really want to dip your toe into that, uh, actually, not even dip your toe into it. If you just want to dive head first into tokens, this is the best color.
Yeah.
Uh, so if that's something you like, uh, then have at it. But
Yeah.
but a little warning that they are critiques of it, typically happen in a green white deck. But yeah,
Yeah. Like if someone pulls out a green white deck, I don't my first thought isn't much of anything really. Not
exactly.
like it's just like, oh cool. Like, we'll see how this goes. I just personally I don't playing decks like that for the most part.
Yeah. All right. So green white, also known as Selesnya. Let's move on to our last allied color pair, and that would be black red. So tell us about black red. Uh,
Black red is awesome. It's metal as fuck, really. Um,
yeah,
um,
basically.
I mean, if you want to play the game and you just want to, it's like it's like a more based green red, if that makes sense. I like black, like so, so like black, adding the black or switching out black for now. So you sacrifice that like direct land ramp, but this black still has plenty of ramp, but you also gain card advantage now. So now you have the ability to draw a card. you have in black alone, you have the ability for certain combos or that type of thing, and then red it just gives you the access to burn spells. Now you have black's interaction with the board, and although like you can't like counterspell anything, it's just it's just middle, and you're gonna be harming yourself to gain advantage, harm others to gain advantage. I
Yeah,
think is pretty much a good way to sum it up.
yeah. They black red decks. I feel like they go into almost like an aggro life loss or an aggro burn.
Yeah,
That's a really common way to play it. Rakdos, which is
yeah,
black red, but they always seem to be very aggressive by kind of draining your opponents of life. Not
yeah,
in the way that mono red might do it, just because I play a spell that makes you take 3 damage. But how black red
yeah,
does it is it's like I every time I sacrifice a creature, you take a damage, or it
yeah.
plays into both the black and the red. The red's
It is a
aggression and then the black's value.
yes, it is a balls to the wall race to the finish, and you have no idea if it's gonna be you or them.
Yeah, I feel like these decks do make faster games now that I think about it. A lot of black red seems to just kind of having a lot of effects that do damage to everyone, and
Yeah.
naturally, it's gonna make a quick game.
Yeah, I think that this is probably I think it's a good mix too. Like if you like the aggro idea of um green red, but you kind of want to think a little bit more, this is probably the perfect deck for you. I
Yeah.
would say it's very aggro, but there's a lot more lane, there's a lot more lines. You're not just gonna play some big creature and watch it go. You're still gonna want to squeeze some value, especially out of the black side of the two colors, and look for where you can use red when you want, and or where you can, and get some of that burn effects in, get some of that haste.
Hmm.
That haste will be good, you know. So
Yeah. Uh, red's impulsiveness and black's able to ability to squeeze value out of stuff. It makes a pretty fun combo. It's not my absolute favorite color combo, but
yeah,
I do acknowledge that this is fun. And when I do see these kinds of decks, it's not something that I roll my eyes at, but it's also not something where I dab him up because like if I saw a green red player walking up to the table and I just saw his nuts dragging 2 feet behind him, then
it's just
I'm dabbing that guy up. I'm like, yeah, you sick. But if I
yeah,
see someone playing black red, I'm like, I'm sure he's a cool guy.
yeah, yeah. I just want you guys, as I'm looking at this, I'm on a website right now. I don't know if y'all heard that very loud car outside my window just now, but
I
the
thought that
picture
was
that
your
I'm looking
partner.
at, no, no, that was a vehicle. That was not me. No, but the picture that I'm looking at right now is so hard to explain Rakdos. If you're listening, you can look up it's Rakdos Guildgate illustrated by Eton Zana. If you want to look it up, this picture is kind of hard as fuck.
Oh yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yes, so
Rakdos
it's like
Guildgate.
Guildgate illustrated by Eton Zana. I think it's a card art. Because Rakdos Guildgate is a landscape. Um, Pastel black or red.
Eton. What's his name, bro?
Eytan, and then last name Zana.
Yeah, this might be the coolest thing I've ever seen.
No, it's fire.
Dude,
Literally, there's
dude.
lava everywhere. There's a black castle in the background with like spiky claw thorns sticking out.
Yeah,
Some like
and
absolute sigma walking.
I said this at the very beginning of the episode is there's a lot of content on the philosophies of the colors, and they don't really, talk a lot talk a lot about the gameplay. Um,
Yeah.
but if you're interested in there's so much
Lord.
deep lore about, the individual colors and then every two color combo. It's
Yes.
it's pretty sick. And
Yeah.
yeah, this card art is fire.
Dude, I know. That's why like I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, this is metal.
Yeah.
It looks like like something from Doom.
No, exactly. This literally just looks like the
Yeah.
new Doom game, Dark Ages.
Yeah. If you want to be the Doom Slayer, play Rectos.
Yeah.
Black red.
All right. Yeah.
Basically.
So yeah, if I'm a Magic player, I'm looking for a Magic deck to play. Uh, what would Rakdos be about?
I think I like aggro. I want to think a little more. I like value. I like card draw, but I just really want to get in there and get some, you know.
Yeah.
I like to think, but not too hard. Not that that's
Exactly.
a bad
I
thing, but
think I think you're dealing direct damage to everyone. You're pressuring their life, but you're not doing it in a creature way. You're doing it in life loss or burn damage, and
yeah.
it can be pretty fun. Uh, they're typically respected color pairs.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, you know what? Do you just want to go ahead? Let's just do the enemy color pairs right now. We're running good on
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, all right. So let's pretend we're starting the whole episode over. So we're gonna talk about the enemy color pairs now.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, the ally color pairs are the colors on the color wheel sitting next to each other. These are the colors that are sitting across from each other. So, whereas the ally color pairs, they usually synergize pretty well, or have philosophical similarities. Uh,
Yeah.
I gave the example of white and blue. They're both pretty calculated. Uh, and these color pairs, the enemy color pairs, they're kind of opposites. If you were to
Yeah.
guess, for example, let me look at one. So, uh, red, white, red, white's all about order and authority, but red is all about chaos and impulsivity, or so these are kind of
Yeah.
ideals that are opposite to each other. Imagine my hands are doing the 6-7 right now. That's exactly what I'm doing. Um, and so yeah, and you can kind of see that in the deck building of these enemy color pairs. Is obviously you put cards that synergize with each other, but the enemy color pairs, they do something. I don't know. Can you agree with me that it seems like enemy color pairs, they do something unique of their own. It's not like they're combining, both colors like we just talked about. It's almost like that color pair does something unique to itself.
No, yeah. I agree. It's like yeah, it's it's like with your allied color pairs, it's like with our powers combined, this is like a abomination. Like we're gonna fuse these two things together and we're gonna make whatever this is kind of deal. It's
Yeah. In my head right now, I'm creating an analogy. So close your eyes and think of this. So ally
okay,
color
my eyes are
pairs.
closed.
Yep. Good boy.
All right.
So ally color pairs, it's like we got blue and white. They had a baby
Hmm.
together, and this kid grew up to
Hmm.
be such a nice little kid, just like their parents. And then you got the enemy color pairs. You got red and white. You know, the let's say red grew up in a trailer park as a kid, and
Mm.
and was what wasn't treated right. Didn't really get dinner on the table all the time. Uh, maybe their their dad, white, was was a an alcoholic and drug addict.
Mhm.
and
Beating the mom.
yeah, no, terrible house life. And then, Red White grew up and it became its own thing. It didn't want to it didn't want to do anything with his mama Red and his father White. So
Yeah,
now he's a thing of its own.
yeah. No, I agree. That was good. That's a good analogy. I
Yeah.
like that. Um, yeah, it's like he's like I don't even know. That's stupid. I'm not.
Yeah, basically.
No, oh yeah. Well, like that too. Like my first thought, like when I looked at these enemy color pairs, I looked at specifically green blue, and I'm like, what do you even do with that? Like it's not exactly
Yeah.
um
Yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into green
natural.
blue.
Yeah. Uh,
All
I don't know, man.
right.
uh,
So green blue, also known as Simic. This color. If you like reading, look at a green blue card. Yeah.
really into Shakespeare.
No, yeah. If you want literature, then grab a Simic card. Uh, this color pair, they get a lot of hate because of that. They get a lot of hate because they do a lot in a single card. Uh,
Yeah.
which, if I'm being honest, green blue is one of my favorite color pairs, just because I think I don't know, they're a really unique. They do something really unique. They kind of have a lot of val. It's so much value packed into a card, but there's usually some
Yeah.
restriction on it. Like only do it when this happens, or you get part of the ability, but you have to keep doing something else to get the second part of the ability. I don't know. This color pair, it seems they're very technical. There's a
Value City.
Yeah, there's a lot going into it, and if I'm in the mood to think, if I'm not playing green red where you don't think at all, if I'm in the mood to actually get the old steel trap running, then I like this color pair a lot.
I agree. I just want to point out this website I have pointed up. It explains it. If Ravnica had a Dr. Frankenstein, he would be Simic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You look at a lot of the art and a lot of the card names for Simic, there's a lot. It's strange. There's a lot of cards that deal with biology. I don't know why.
yeah.
Maybe it's like the technical aspect of blue and the natural aspect of green.
Well,
But there's
well,
a lot
blue is
of
all about knowledge and green is about usually creature based. So,
yeah, there's I don't know. It's kind of strange how many, like, if you look up a bio right now in like in Scryfall or something to look up a magic card, if you look up bio, then I kid you not, it'll probably be all Simic cards.
yeah. But yeah, Simic is odd. I don't really see it a whole lot. I don't know that I've ever even played against a true Simic deck. I will say my wise Mothman, like I can tell that it like the blue green is much more blue green with with a splash of black than anything else, and
I
it
mean,
makes
I've
sense
that
too
Merfolk
flavor
deck.
wise. Oh yeah, Aurelia. Aurelia has that Merfolk deck. Never mind, I just lied to you.
Yeah, you,
No,
you
yeah,
said
it's
that,
just
and I
like
was like, bruh.
yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Basically, news just in. Josh is a dumbass. Don't listen to any of his take. No, but yeah, it kind of deals with. It's like getting the value out of blue to do what green wants.
Yeah,
So it's like doing what green wants to do with the like that deck specifically, but with like plus one tokens and ramp, while also getting the value of blue. So I
yeah,
think that's why the text gets so long because it takes
it's
both into
hard.
account.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, if you
and
if
that
you're a player looking for a deck, I would choose blue green if you like reading novels, and you like using your brain. You like getting value out of squeezing as much value as you can out of one creature card.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just really just his value city. I don't really know what else to say about it. If you look at Magic the Gathering, you're like, I want to do as much for as little as I can. That's it. Do most bang for your buck. Blue green's the way to go.
Fire. All right.
I kind
What do you want to talk about? What's up?
I kind of want to talk about white black because I feel like contrary to the rest of these, it's very similar to white blue. And this is just a little bit different in the sense like it shells up the exact same. It's just that now instead of now it just like it takes away the ability to interact with inside the game with the stack. Now you're just really fucking up everybody else's board state like really bad.
Yeah,
And
I think this white black is, I would say, 90% of the time an aristocrat's deck. Uh, it takes the token element.
100%.
It takes the token element from white and the sacrifice element from black, and it just creates, you know, the most unadulterated token or aristocrat deck.
Yeah, I had got a Sorin deck, um, the one where he turns into the Planeswalker, and it had too much creature removal and board interaction. And that deck, that's the longest that deck because I couldn't win. It wasn't good. It wasn't built well enough to win, but it had enough interaction to where like I couldn't die because like I would just remove whatever the opponent played. And that's some of the most insufferable Magic ever. I actually told that story. That's the deck was a white black deck that I used. I talked about in a previous episode to smite. One of my friends made me mad, so I brought
Yeah,
this deck out and I just made sure that he couldn't win.
yeah,
And
yeah. The color's also known for vampires. I guess because white black is usually associated with stealing your opponent's life. So kind of like a
yeah,
vampire.
I think it has potential to be just as insufferable as white blue, but I think it also has the potential to be a fun way to play the game and interesting to play against. Maybe
Yeah,
not all the time, but you don't just outright hate it necessarily. At least in
yeah.
my case.
There's a lot of control to
I'm not-
this, and I think what a lot of people don't like, or like what they don't like seeing when they're playing against a white black deck is there's a lot of unavoidable collateral when you're piloting this
Yeah,
deck. So your opponent's going to be draining your life no matter what, and there's not really much you can do about it except watch. Um,
yeah,
and I mean, if that's how you like to play the game, then all power to you. But it's these decks typically play out as a drain and gain strategy.
yeah. It's kind of slow, methodical, grindy for sure.
Yeah,
Even the best
it's
deck
a good
in this
colored
class was going to be
combo.
grindy. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's kind of vanilla.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy.
yeah, nothing too crazy.
It's just so if you want to play Magic and you like specific battlefield interaction and you like the aristocrat style, you like draining your enemies, this is certainly the way to go. It's not really necessarily hated. Might get annoying after a while if using the same deck or you're using it, over and over again. Your group might get a little annoyed, but like I don't know that there's many people that like you pull out a white black deck and they're like, oh my gosh, you're that kind of person necessarily. So
Yeah,
But
overall fun deck. But
yeah.
all right, 3 more colors. Uh, Here I want to talk about what is probably one of the weakest 2 color combos in Magic, and that's red white, also known as Boros.
With the exception of one commander. I know she's red, white, black, isn't she?
Who?
The one, the angel
Oh,
that gets out
Aurelia.
demons and angels.
Yeah, that also has black
Or
in it.
Aurelia, the one that gives you 2 combats. She's white, red.
Yeah, that is true.
I think both Aurelia. I think every Aurelia is red, white. Wait, let me
Well, I
look up.
think the one you were talking about, the angels, demons, that's red,
Red,
white,
white,
black.
black.
But I don't know. I feel like this is the weakest color combo. You know that you might
Yeah,
disagree with me, but in my opinion, I these decks these are like the epitome of aggro decks. Uh, they have a lot of combat tricks. Red's aggressive. White has a lot of anthem abilities, so it seems on paper it seems perfect. Like you play a creature, you get a really high power, and you start swinging. But
yeah,
I don't know these. Not saying that they can't be strong. It's just they lack a lot of card draw. Both of these colors struggle a lot with card draw. Uh, both
yeah.
these colors struggle with ramp. Excuse me.
The one big
They
issue
Yeah. What's up?
you can these okay, so there's ways to get the things out of other colors in every color, right? To kind of get a little piece of each color, even though you're not playing that color. It's usually not as good.
Hmm.
But usually certain colors, like most other like black and blue and even green, but especially black and blue, they can kind of there's cards that are readily available that can do what other decks do somewhat well, like well enough to get you by. And those cards that are in red and white are kind of really good at it, but they're super expensive.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big drawback for this too, is if you want to make a really good red white deck, you have to
You have
go
to get
all
the
in and spend
staples.
a bunch of money. Yes, you have to get Jeska's Will, Smothering Tithe, Teferi's Protection,
Yep.
Esper Sentinel. Um,
How
you
I
know,
like
you
to explain when I'm explaining like the color wheel to a new player, how I explain white is it kind of does what every other color does, but worse. So
Yeah.
so the, it it white
Yeah.
doesn't bring like a huge it doesn't lean too much into one specific thing, which I mean you can say that's a benefit or a drawback, but white already struggles with having direction, and red is considered to be one of the weaker colors. And when you bring them together, I feel like more often than not, it just creates uh, a not efficient game.
Cause like you said, you're not getting much support out of white. You're pretty much just getting the flying and the vigilance, and you're getting the aggro from red. And aggro's not very good in commander,
Hmm.
and flying and vigilance isn't going to make up for that
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah. I feel like these decks are usually not combat decks. There's so many combat tricks. You mentioned the extra combat. Um,
Yeah.
they're they typically do with creatures attacking or or if this creature hits an opponent, you get some value or whatever. Which sounds good, but in a format where there's 4 players and removals is kind of a staple, and you're already
Yeah.
struggling to keep stuff on the board and keep cards in your hand, then it makes it makes the whole color combo a little weaker compared to others.
Yeah. And whenever your stuff is removed, it hurts a lot more because there's not a whole lot of ramp.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, which I will say, like, I do see the appeal of red white. Like, I think it's cool. I think it can be fun, but like, it's just kind of one of those things you have to get right with yourself. Is just like, look, when I play this, I'm probably not gonna play it as super. Which I mean, you can obviously any of these color combos you can play with. You can make a really good deck that's going to win a lot of games and keep up with a lot of other really good decks. But just generally speaking, if you're a casual player and you're just looking to get in this color, I would say that there's probably other colors that are going to do better and be stronger for, whether you're looking at price or just with ease of deck building. But I do see the appeal to red white. Like, I would like to build and play like an Aurelia the War Leader deck. I think that just seems cool, but like I also understand that like it's not going to be my best deck by any means.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're a player looking to play certain deck, I would say look at red white if you like combat. Really, I feel like it boils down to if you like combat, you like
And you want
com.
to think a little too,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of
because
sequencing.
you have to be really smart. Because like with red green, like you have that ramp, so you don't have to think as hard. You're just getting out the next biggest thing. And with this, you can't really rely on that ramp to where it's like, yeah, well, I lost my 7 mana creature, but at least I have access to 15 mana. With this, it's like, damn, I wasted my entire last turn getting
Yeah,
that creature out
deck.
just for it to get
I feel
destroyed.
like deck building for this is going to be crucial. You
Yes.
don't have a huge safety net, which is basically what you were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I
it can be fun. Not the most powerful, but if you're looking to build that, go for it.
yeah.
All right, two more. Uh, which one do you want to talk about?
I kind of want to get into. I'm just kind of foaming at the mouth to get into blue red.
Oh yeah,
I mean, what is there to say? And I feel like this is a good example of one of those pair combos where you either love it or you hate it. And I certainly don't hate it. I'm not sure if I love it though. Um I did listen I
you either love it or you hate it. You know,
all
I
right.
don't
Oh.
hate it.
All right, all right, all right. So but well, okay. But like there's the I guess what I should say is like this deck it has its fair share of criticizers and its fair share of people like, no, I like it. Um I will say like Josh Lee Kwai said this in the command zone not that long ago. You're kind of playing solitaire when you play this kind of deck because it's just spell slinging. I don't know that there's any other way to play blue red. It's a Niv Mizzet or a Mizzix deck. That's it.
Yep,
And they're
he's
powerful.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean they're powerful. They're good decks. They can be fun, but you're playing solitaire. It's my turn. You're not really paying a whole lot of attention to what others are doing. I mean, you are, but you aren't. Like you're just keeping an eye out for the big stuff. You're just trying to play as many spells as you can until you get and draw as many cards as you can till you can get that turn where you just pop off. You play all the spells out of your graveyard. You play all the spells out of your hand, and you draw your entire deck. That's really all you're trying to get to
Yeah,
with these.
this color combo is definitely Storm playing,
Yeah.
like you said, playing all your spells. Usually, you're playing cantrips, which is just a fancy word for saying you're playing a bunch of tiny spells like 1 mana, 0 mana, 2 mana spells that don't do much, but the only thing you care about
Yeah.
is getting the cast trigger or
Yeah.
casting six spells, six, seven, six, seven uh, spells in a turn, and you get some value out of it. Uh,
Yeah.
Purely combo these decks. Sometimes they go artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah, they They can be artifact decks, but
What they was artifact like this well, granted this is more standard, but like they went more artifact in Edge of Eternities, didn't they?
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
There was a lot of artifact support, and I mean they already do in Commander have a lot of artifact support, but yeah, you're right. They just got even more.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's fun. I have a Niv Mizzet deck, and I've never won with it. I like it. I don't like playing against Ty with it because he hates it. He's like, "What are you doing over there?" And I'm like, "I can't do anything." And then he's scared because I have all these cards in my hand, and I'm like, "I'm too dumb to play this deck. I can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing." And he thinks I'm about to win the game. I have no idea what's going on. So
Yeah,
that aspect of it's less fun.
I too have the same Niv Mizzet deck, and I don't really share the opinion of being too dumb to play it, but but no, it's personally I don't like playing Storm. I built it because I thought I would, and after playing it a couple times, it kind of, like you said, playing solitaire, is it
Yeah.
really does feel like that. It's almost like just, oh, you just wait till I get you you pass your turn, then it's my turn. You'll be sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes. No, I 1,000% agree because like you probably know this. Like whenever I first got my hands on that Niv Mizzet deck, like I played it as much as possible, and I enjoyed it. And then like I slowly stopped enjoying it, and I wasn't winning, which doesn't help. And I was just like, yeah, maybe this isn't for me because I'm sitting there, I'm thinking hard as hell. Then people are like, oh, you have all these cards in your hand, like you're about to win the game. And I'm like, not yet, actually. If you just give me a second, I will. And they don't give you a second. They're like, actually, we're going to swing at you or
yeah,
fuck your Niv Mizzet, which is, I mean, the correct way to go about that if you're playing Magic and the Niv Mizzet player has a bunch of cards in his hand, get rid of the Niv Mizzet. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It just felt like people were scared of it, and I think rightfully so, and had a healthy fear of it because they know what it is. You know, it's kind of infamous, and you just playing by yourself. You lose that politics side of it because what do your entire deck is in your hand. You know what I mean? You're playing stuff. It's not like you need to, like, no, let me keep my combo pieces out or
yeah.
I'll swing this at you. It's more so of like, I'm going to draw more cards now.
So yeah, if you're a Magic player looking for a deck, I would play blue red if you love combo.
Yeah.
If you like drawing cards, if you like casting spells, uh, it,
Shadow Money Wizard Gang, we love casting
yeah,
spells.
if you're part of the Shadow Wizard Money gang, then you'll love this deck.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's fun. Uh, not everyone's cup of tea. It's got a very, you know, I said at the beginning of this enemy color pairs, the enemy color pairs, they kind of do their own thing. Not really exclusive to one color or the other, and I think that is super true with this because it seems like every one of these decks, it's the same.
it, yeah. Now, what's the one that our friend he plays? The one that makes the goblins. That's the only one that
Oh,
I think
Obika,
is different.
yeah,
It's a little, yeah, it's a little more
yeah,
creature
that one,
oriented.
that
Brings a
one's
little more of the aggro of red into it.
yeah, that one's spell slinging still because it cares about casting spells.
Yeah,
Uh,
but you get a little more of that spice in there from red.
yeah, yeah, which is fun. So yeah, he's talking about a
Hasty goblins.
commander. It says whenever you cast a spell, create X 1/1 red goblins with haste. Where X is the mana cost of that casted spell. Yeah, I remember that. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think.
it's fun. Can be.
Yeah.
All right, last color pair we got. green black Golgari.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get your graveyards out.
Yeah, get your graveyards out. You're gonna need them. Yeah, this
Yeah.
this color pair I actually think is pretty fun, and it does something really simple. And
Yeah.
black black green, it cares about creatures in your graveyard. Every
Yep.
if you read any black green card, it'll either be putting a creature in the graveyard or care
Bringing it
about a
out.
creature being in a graveyard. And I'm not even kidding when
Yeah.
I say that.
Yeah. True. No, I like it. I like the I like the art style that they usually go for too, weirdly enough. I know we haven't don't really talk about that whole much, but I like the black green like card arts. I think they're sick as frick. Um no, I mean if you like your you know, it's just yeah, I think it's good value too. I think you get the value from black. I mean obviously like black and blue have that in common. They very much care about value. And so and then it's just like I don't know. I like that. I like that when your deck cares about getting value, and then that too when you're using something, which it's not so true anymore. But whenever you're using a resource like the graveyard, and I mean
Yeah.
you're getting that kind of pseudo card draw,
Yeah.
and
The card selection and card advantage
yeah,
you get by putting creatures excuse me, putting creatures in or out of the graveyard. It's pretty fun strategy.
I think it's probably like this deck might be one of the most rewarding when you win. Like it feels good, fun, full if you're losing. Because
Yeah.
people Graveheart hate is so prevalent, and all it takes is one Bajuka bog and your game's over, and that just feels bad, you know?
Yeah.
But it's so powerful. It's so fun, I think. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just a I guess like it's just that kind of not really you're not really directly control other people do. And you're just kind of you're getting constant value. You're using a resource that not everybody's utilizing, and it does have a certain air of complexity to it. I think like CQ is very, especially when dealing with any sort of graveyard deck. And but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I
The
like it. I enjoy it.
yeah, I enjoy it too. It's my favorite thing, creatures, and then you get you squeeze a little card advantage out by sacrificing them or putting them in your graveyard. So and
Yes,
there's a lot of support for it.
yes, and then
Yeah.
no, I mean yeah, and then I just think it's a fun way. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we're just kind of saying the same things over and over again, but there's not a whole lot. I mean,
Yeah, no, I feel like
it's a fun
this
way to play the game. It's,
yeah, this color identity does a very specific thing and it does it pretty
yeah,
well. So yeah,
yeah.
if you're interested in creatures and a graveyard, then this color pairs would be a good way to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like I don't
Yeah.
even know what else to add to that. It's just like, yeah, it's fun. It's a fun way to play a game. You should probably at some point play a blue green commander, or if not, at least some sort of graveyard. Um, not mill, but graveyard strategy. Because I think it's fun and it's powerful.
Yeah.
You'll probably
Yeah.
do well at some point during the game, and that's what we're here for. Is do that thing you want to do. So
Exactly. That is magic.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's the color pair episode. We ended up talking about both the ally color pairs and enemy color pairs. Um, let us know if y'all have the same opinions. Uh, this turned into more of just a conversation of kind of what we do and don't like about the color pairs, and
yeah,
hopefully this gives a good idea of if you're searching for your next deck to build or your first deck to build, what colors you want to lean into, because I feel like the two color pairs are they're very overlooked when compared to the three color pairs, because everyone wants to get every color. But
Yeah.
hope that was a good episode. Uh, Let us know in the
Yeah.
comments what's your favorite, your least favorite.
Yeah.
What do you want to build? Yeah,
Cope in the comments why white blue isn't the worst.
yeah. No, it's probably all the comments are gonna be.
First
David.
comment, you guys suck. I love white blue.
Yeah, and then my initial reaction would to have known that they're a white player before I even read.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
All right, well, this is Deckheads podcast. I'm Ty. That's Josh. Hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed. Later.
Catch you in the next one.